Welcome back to Cox Connections, exclusively on Cox 9 Roanoke. I'm Kim Stanley. Roanoke Valley Cool Cities Coalition is an independent, all-volunteer, nonprofit public corporation. Its mission is to encourage community education and actions to reduce greenhouse gas emissions that contribute to global climate change. Founding directors Diana Christopulos and Mark McClain join us now to tell us more about Cool Cities. Diana, Mark, it's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Yeah, glad to have you on here. So tell us a little bit about how Cool Cities Coalition got started.
Well, about 4 years ago, a lot of people in this valley were interested in doing something about climate change and greenhouse gas emissions and the way we use energy, and we are retired. We looked around, who could do something? Well, we'll give it a shot. And so today, 4 years later, we have a really wonderful board of directors, over 200 affiliates representing more than 25,000 people, and we're working on energy, conservation, efficiency, and the transition to clean, renewable energy. Wow,
that's exciting. We have a number of community outreach programs, but one specifically is the Cool Congregations.
Yeah, we found when we started this process that a lot of churches and religions had strong environmental ethics statements in their theologies and teachings. And we actually used some of this in our presentations that we had done around in some churches around the area. And then earlier this year, they call this, by the way, creation care or stewardship of the earth. And a few of our board members decided earlier this year to start a group that would be comprised of some of the people from the local congregations. And it's really taken off. They've had several workshops. And they're working on energy conservation issues for their church, which tie in with their environmental ethic and also helps them save money so that they can devote more of their financial resources to their core mission. Chad Braby, who's one of our directors, is heading this up at this time.
Wow, that's very exciting. And I do like that you know, that it's not only good for our environment, but it also helps businesses save money and people save money. So I think that's great, yeah. Well, let's change subjects a little bit and talk about wind energy. A lot going on around wind energy, and why don't you tell us a little bit about, you know, Cool Cities, what you're thinking about that, and why you, I think, support it.
Well, there's a proposal to put a wind farm, 15 to 18 turbines on private property on Poor Mountain. And our board of directors spent about 4 months studying this. We did a site visit, we asked a lot of questions, and we voted unanimously and enthusiastically to endorse it. The reason we think it's a good thing to do is it will reduce carbon emissions to the tune of not burning 30,000 tons of coal a year. And that also means cleaner air for our region. So it's good from an environmental standpoint and human health. And that's why the Greater Roanoke Valley Asthma and Air Quality Coalition has also endorsed it. This local Sierra Club has. The U.S. Green Building Council has endorsed it. Of course, there's the question of the viability of it. And I think if you're a taxpayer in Roanoke County, it's important to know there's a state formula for what happens to property taxes on a project like this. The projection is that for every year of the life of the project, the county would receive over $800,000 in tax revenues. Yeah.
When you talk about the reduction of the coal usage, now is that just that number just for the proposed on Poor Mountain?
Yes.
Okay, because I think they're currently speaking to maybe 18 windmills.
15 to 18.
15 to 18. Okay. Okay. Good. Well, that's great. Now, what other kind of educational programs?
Well, we do actually we do programs and also events around the area. We've been doing this since our inception. In fact, we've done about 180 such appearances, reaching maybe we think about 10,000 people. And we try to tailor presentation to the group. We have several films, several different types of presentations. We usually do giveaways there at our presentations as well. In fact, I have our little stickers that we're doing now as a giveaway. It's a thing you stick on your light switch so that you can remind yourself to conserve some energy. And we're offering these, by the way, to give away to things like churches, government agencies, nonprofit groups, schools, and so forth. So if anybody in the valley fits into that category would like to get some of those, we'd be glad to provide them. We're also going to be at the Energy Expo this December.
Okay. Where is that going to be held?
December 3rd and 4th, it's at the Roanoke Civic Center.
Okay.
It's an annual event. This is the 11th annual expo.
Okay, good. Now, in addition to the educational programs, Cox is a supporter and we help out with Habitat for Humanity. And I heard that you guys are placing light bulbs?
We definitely have been very involved. That's been a wonderful relationship with Habitat for Humanity. It's a great organization, and a couple of years ago, we embarked on that, and we went out into about 25 homes that were already owned by people who had purchased the homes through Habitat for Humanity. Put all Energy Star light bulbs in the homes for them. It's going to save them a lot of money, which is a good thing, and also furthers our mission. And then we've been putting these light bulbs in all the new Habitat homes for the last couple of years, and we'll continue to do that as long as we can.
What other initiatives in the community are currently taking place?
Well, we have several. We've worked very closely with local governments, especially Salem, Roanoke County, and Roanoke City, to measure and reduce the carbon footprints of the city and everybody that lives in it. On our website, we have lots of tips for people on how to reduce their use of energy. And we give awards every year in the spring. We recognize cool citizens. In fact, Cox was a nominee last year in a number of categories: business, nonprofit, media, and government. And so we try to recognize those efforts.
Now, is that the Cool Biz program?
No,
or is
that's yet another program.
That's a different program.
Okay.
Yeah. You want to hear about that one?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's Cool Green Biz, and we actually for a couple of years we've been thinking about the idea of having a green business certification program for Roanoke, and we finally made that happen this past year, about a year ago, through the efforts of Stan Brakel, who's on our board of directors, and he persuaded the Roanoke Regional Chamber of Commerce to sit down with us and talk about how this might be done. We developed a checklist, used a lot of expert input to come up with a 100-point checklist. It's a very broad environmental checklist, but it's also very focused on energy.
Okay.
We have about 12 companies that have been certified on this, including Cox. Our most recent ones, I think, are Berglund Chevrolet and Brandon Oaks, retirement home. And we're really excited about that program.
That's great. Yeah, we're excited to be a part of it.
Yeah.
So it was a great thing for us. Thank you both for joining us. Real quick, how can our viewers be more involved with your organization?
Get on our website,
Okay.
www.rvccc.org, and you can sign up and find out what we're doing.
Great. Thank you, Diana. Thank you, Mark. Thank you for joining us. Still to come on Cox Connections, find out how you can help families of deployed servicemen and women.